What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's video. Welcome back. Come back. Yes, I am back on YouTube now. I posted a video talking about all the shoes I picked up since I've been gone and letting you guys know what was going on with me while I was gone. So, as I mentioned in that video, like, things change. I want to talk about some stuff that I wasn't here to talk about before, and I put a question poll on my YouTube channel, and I know some people came at me, asked me like, yo, if I mix it up. So the poll was, do you want me to talk about the Kyrie situation in the next video or the 25th anniversary? My bad, the 20th anniversary of Nike SB, not the 25th, the 20th. That was my bad. I was thinking about some other shoes. So either way, the poll was, you guys want me to talk about the Kyrie, so we will break down the Kyrie situation. I have my notes right here of like things I want to discuss, so I'll make sure I touch on everything and I don't overlook anything, because there's a lot of things that happened with the Kyries since I've been gone. Some stuff has already happened when I was already here discussing about the Kyrie Infinity. We're going to touch on that too. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I don't want to do too long in the intro, so let's just get right into it. So if you like what you see from my channel, like I said, I do content on sneakers, anime, basketball stuff. So like I said, if you're into all that, like, comment, subscribe, join the family. But with that being said, let's dive into the Kyrie Experience. So when it comes to the Kyrie Experience, you gotta start off like where it started from, and this all started like July or August of 2021. So we got images of what was speculated to be the Kyrie 8, and we saw images of it, and me personally, I saw the images and I wasn't like wowed or thrilled or anything like that. I usually am when I see the new Kyrie. I looked at this and I was just like, nah. And I'm gonna show some images of it right here. And I wasn't really too crazy about it, but what made the situation a lot worse was when Kyrie came out and said, and I quote, "I have nothing to do with the design or marketing of the upcoming Kyrie 8. In my opinion, these are trash. I have absolutely nothing to do with them. Nike plans to release it without my okay regardless of what I say, so I apologize in advance to all my sneakerheads and true supporters of the K11 brand." So it's bad enough that the shoe didn't look all that to me and a lot of other people, but for the person that's the shoes for to come out and say that, it's kind of crazy. And he's not the first Nike athlete that had a problem with their signature model. We all know LeBron wasn't a huge fan of LeBron 13s. Jordan's about to leave Nike because he wasn't happy with the Jordan 1 or 2s. Tinker came through with the Jordan 3 and changed everything. But Kyrie was the first person to do it like that. Social media, it's just kind of out there. Everybody kind of kept it more in-house, and you had to do some research to find this out. Whereas Kyrie just went off and said, yo, this is how I'm feeling. But that's Kyrie being Kyrie, love it or hate it, him being him. So all this news is coming out. Kyrie doesn't like the shoe. Everybody's kind of like, what's going on? And at this point, we still don't even know if he's going to play for the season, because we're still under wrap, like we're still going through this whole vaccine mandate thing. So it's just like, that's a little up in the air right now. So it's just like, what's happening? I will say this though, even though he did come out publicly and say what he had to say about Nike and the shoe, he did retract those comments. Even though a lot of people don't pay attention to this, they always pay attention to the, oh, he came at Nike, but he did apologize. And I got the quote right here. When you're building something great, there sometimes comes a point when you need to recalibrate and refocus to ensure everyone involved is aligned. This is where the K11 brand and Nike are. It was unfair to put the blame on Nike or any one person. With that being said, we are diligently working, reconstructing, and reimagining things together to make sure we get it right. So he did come out and say that a couple days later, it got out to the world, but people were still just in awe of what he said originally about the shoe. So I purchased the shoe, and I did I think 3 reviews on the shoe, and this is the Kyrie Infinity. This is one of my favorite colorways of the shoe. That Kyrie, I believe there's an image of Kyrie rocking the shoe. If I have it, we'll pop it up right here. But this is it. Worn it a couple times. Not a bad shoe. In my review, I said aesthetically, I'm not in love with it, but as far as comfort, it's the most comfortable Kyrie model I've ever put on, and that's still the truth. It's very comfortable. But the more I looked at it after reviewing it, the more I realized that this is just like a Kyrie 6, but in a different form. And I say that because when it comes to the Kyrie 6, which I have right here, you see a lot of similarities as far as like the midsole, the back panels, It's just the Kyrie Infinity is just like the Kyrie 6 without the strap, and it's not as heavy. So the Kyrie 6 has the strap, pretty heavy shoe, a lot of material, and your feet get really hot in this one. Whereas the Kyrie Infinity, lighter shoe, has the air shovel unit, so you feel it a lot more than you feel the Zoom Turbo unit in here. A little bit more breathable, plush tongue, and it's lighter. So I felt like they went a step backwards with this one, because the 7, I think the 7 is still my favorite model so far, but the Infinity, not a lot of people gravitated towards it. I didn't pick up much pairs. I only have the 3 pairs I did a review on. I didn't pick up any more. There was no collaborations with the Infinity, nothing. How do you guys feel about the Kyrie Infinity? Did you guys actually love this model? Did you like it? Did you buy it? Did you pass on it? Or like, what do you do? How did you really feel? Because I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the Infinity later, but I just wanna know your remarks on the Kyrie Infinity. Leave that down below. I definitely wanna hear from you guys, because I know how I feel. So just don't leave it. Season's about to start and Kyrie can't play the season. Why? Because he chose not to get vaccinated. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash anybody. I respect his opinion. Everybody has a choice with this. It's your body. You can choose what you want to do. He took his stance on it. He was grounded in his opinion, and he went for it. He was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. I know it may cost me a lot, but hey, this is my choice and this is what I'm gonna do. Didn't get vaccinated, so you have Nike has a shoe with you that you bashed, and then you retracted the statement, but overall you weren't happy with the shoe. Kyrie is one of like the more popular models that you see players wearing on the court. You see a lot of course, Kobe's #1, but like when it comes to NBA players outside of Kyrie, you always see a lot of Kyries on the court, like Kyrie 6s, Kyrie 7s, Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. Them boys out there in Cleveland used to always rock Kyrie's heavy. Who else? My boy OG Anunoby used to wear Kyrie's heavy. There's a lot of other players in the league that used to wear a lot of Kyries. So now that you have Kyrie feeling how he's feeling about the Infinity, people wasn't really rocking it like that. I didn't really see too much Kyrie Infinities on the basketball court last year. Now I'm thinking about it, I just saw a lot of older models. So we have this whole situation going on with the mandate. Then Brooklyn that say, yo, we don't want a part-time player. You can't be playing full-time. Don't just stay home. So now it's just alright, the next season started. We got KD and Harden. We got no Kyrie. Like, Nike can't really market the shoe because, you know, the face of the shoe isn't playing, and it's just like, what's happening? And even if he was playing, he's not playing in the shoe. So fast forward, Kyrie gets the opportunity to play, comes back as a part-time player. His first game was in, I believe it was in January, he got a chance to play. And let me get this right, January 6th, he came back against the Indiana Pacers. I remember that game because I was off, I was home, I'm watching in my Kyrie jersey because I'm hyped. I'm like, my boy back, yes, he playing. But I was interested to see what he's gonna wear. So he warmed up in the Kyrie 3 Moms. And then he did end up playing in the Mamba Mentality, the red version. If I have an image, I'll put it right here. So his first game back, he wore the Mamba Mentalities, and I was like, damn, I wonder if he is ever going to wear the Kyrie Infinity, because he wasn't a big fan of the Kyrie Infinity. Fast forward to his next game in Portland on January 11th, he did wear the Kyrie Infinity, the N7 pair, and I was like, huh. Looking at them, they didn't look too bad on his feet. They looked okay, but throughout the season, like, Kyrie didn't really wear the shoe. He played 29 games that season, and if you wore the shoe like 6 times, that would be a lot, because he wore like different versions. I remember he wore a purple pair against Milwaukee one time, and he wore like another white and black color version of it, but he didn't really gravitate to the shoe that much. He more so wore the Kyrie low 5s, or he wore like older models like the 3s or the 5s, or like mostly the 3s, the 5s, and the Kyrie lows. I didn't really see him in like the Kyrie 6s or the Kyrie 4s or anything like that. So I was just like, damn, all right. So now it was bad enough, but you wasn't wearing, well, you weren't on the floor to like market the shoe, and now you're back and you're still choosing not to wear the shoe. That just really makes me believe like, yo, he really did not like this model. Like, there was something wrong with the Infinity. Like, this guy's really not wearing this shoe. So I'm not too sure how sales was for the Kyrie Infinity last season, but I know I did see a couple people buy it. I did see a couple people wear it, but was it anywhere on par to what I usually see Kyrie consumers buying and wearing? Not really. It did still move some units, but not too much. Funny thing about the Kyrie Infinity, this shoe was worn more by Sue Bird than it was for Kyrie, because we all know Sue Bird, she rocks her Kyrie's. That's the only model she hoops in. So since she came back for her final year, and this is the current model, this is the shoe she was wearing a lot. And like I said, she wore the shoe more than Kyrie did, and that just goes to show you who like really marketed the shoe. We had some, I think Jewel Lloyd, she had like a twist on the Kyrie low, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she had the opportunity to make that twist on the Kyrie Infinity, but she went and chose the Kyrie low, and the Kyrie low, Jewel Lloyd played in that one really for the most of the year. And I saw a lot more athletes in the Kyrie low 5 than I saw in the Infinity. It was just like, since Kyrie didn't really have any parts with this, and then Rocket here is just like, yo, I don't want nobody to touch this shoe, just leave it alone. And I was just like, damn, he really don't rock with this shoe, man. And it just goes to show you, like, and they did have some decent colorways of this model that I was thinking about buying, but I just didn't. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I just didn't buy it. And they have some nice colorways, like they have a blue and yellow one that's really good. They have like a brown one with like some blue leather right here with like a flower on it. Really cool, but it's just hard to sell a shoe where it's just like the star athlete isn't a fan of it, you know what I mean? It goes back to those collaborations I was talking about earlier. It's just that we all know when it comes to the Kyrie signature line, Kyrie does a lot of collabs. So he said it in the video when it came to the Kyrie 6, he's going to step away from those collaborations and do like more homegrown stories, like something more organic. And when you think about it, he really did that, because with the Kyries before, he had like collaborations with Real Kid, he had collaborations with Cereal Pack, Kicks, and Cinnamon Toast, like General Mills, honestly, General Mills Cereal Pack, he had the SpongeBob, he did so many. But Krispy Kreme, the Kyrie Krispy Kreme, but when it came to the 6, the only people he still collaborates with now is Concepts and Sneaker Room. Everything else is just like homegrown stories, that things that connect with him and just make sense, and it's just amazing. So like I said, the Kyrie 6, we had the Kyrie 6 Sneaker Room, Kyrie 6 Concepts. Kyrie 7, we had the Kyrie 7 Concepts, Kyrie 7 Sneaker Room. Kyrie Infinity, it's just like, yo, Concepts, take a year off. Sneaker Room, don't even touch it, leave it alone. And here we go, like, he had no ties, there was no real stories to any Kyrie Infinity outside of the N7 pair, but even that didn't really do anything. Like, he didn't really speak on it or anything like that. It was just like, it's N7 ties because of his native roots, and that was it. But like, there was nothing organic, nothing really being told. So like I said, he didn't rock with the shoe at all, and he didn't show the shoe no love whatsoever. So the Kyrie Infinity for you guys. And like I said, I got 3 pairs. I got one that I hoop in, and 2 pairs I have this pair, the Keepsu fresh pair. Clearly I'm keeping them because I still have them, but they're not bad. Like I said, I like these 2. Aesthetically, no, but they're comfortable. And a lot of people that I know that own Kyries, I've asked them if they're getting a pair of Infinities, and they're like, hell no. If Kyrie not wearing it, I ain't wearing it. And they stuck to their guns, and they didn't buy no pairs of Infinities. They just stopped at the 7. They waiting for the next model. So Kyrie Infinity, I really want to know from you guys how you guys feel about this model. So now, since he's not playing, and he's not playing in the shoe like that, I think ESPN broke the news that his next model with Nike may be his last, because that's the end of his contract. And it's just like, yo, he may be dropped from Nike. They may not make any more Kyrie models because the lack of being able to market him. And you know, I read it and I was just like, And I'm thinking about it now, even while I'm talking to you guys about it, and as a business mindset, and me, I'm not working in the head of Nike, I don't know what they're thinking, but like, when you think about the numbers and what the units of Kyries that move, because it's a really popular basketball shoe and the price point is right, and he makes really good colorways and good models, I don't think it will make sense. But at the same time, I'm not a fortune teller, I can't predict the future. Anything is possible. Like, this possibly could be the last Nike Kyrie model, but do I think that? No, I think they're gonna renew a contract and work something out, but I just don't see it ending. And even a Nike spokesman did comment on this. Let me see if I do have the quote for you guys, just have to find it. It had a whole bunch of stuff here like lined up. But the statement was, we don't comment on contracts or rumors or speculation. Kyrie remains a Nike athlete. So until that contract ends next year, we'll see what happens from there. Like, we'll see if they move on. I'm looking forward for them to continue this contract, but like I said, anything is possible and we can't predict the future. So we'll see. They're going off of the base that they can't market Kyrie because he's not on the floor, and it's hard to sell a basketball shoe for a player that's not playing, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's just like, it's the stigma of like, yo, since he's unvaccinated, he's kind of stepping away or not trying to have basketball as like the forefront of his mind. And he did mention this on his media day, where it's just like, I still want to play, but just because of my choice of being unvaccinated doesn't change that. Like, I want to play basketball. So we'll see how this all plays out this season. This is going to be a very important season for Kyrie. I'm looking forward to it. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I understand his stances that he takes with certain things, but I do want to see him on the court. Like, that's my guy. Like, who doesn't want to see Kyrie on the court? So we'll see how this all plays out. Like I said, I know fortune teller, but I don't believe that him and Nike's on the end terms, because he just, not only is he a big fan of Nike basketball, like, he rocks Nike SB. He's just part of like the Nike culture. Like, he gets it, in my opinion at least. And I'm just like, yo, if they throwing these collabs out, I'm like, yo, Concepts, if this is the last one, God forbid, I hope it's not, but if this was the last one, why don't y'all do something crazy like a Nike Kyrie SB and a sneaker collab? Like, you know what I mean? Make a Kyrie basketball shoe, Nike SB, combine it and sell it as a pack. That would be fire. Like, if anybody from Nike Concepts or anybody that is tuned in, show them this. Like, a Nike basketball with a Nike SB dunk combined as a pack, I'll buy that. Easy. So, just saying. I mean, he plays in both realms. He loves SBs. His basketball shoe is fire. Nike, come on, Nike Concepts, y'all do a lot of work together. Let's make it happen. I got SBs here. I got Kyrie's in there. I mean, we could play around with something here. More now. But yeah, now we're about to get into the next topic, and that's the most important topic in my opinion. So let's go. And what we got? Images of the new Kyrie. And I must say, I'm gonna put these images right here. This pair of Kyries, I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. These boys, fire. Like, really clean. This is like a simple colorway, but like, it's so nice. And I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show some images and talk about like some of the specs I'm looking at and what I'm seeing so far and why I like it so much. So this was first introduced as the Kyrie 9, but I think Nice Kicks posted it and he commented and said, this is the Kyrie 8, respectfully. So it looks like the Kyrie Infinity is just like a little standoff thing, like one of the hybrids that just doesn't like even exist. Cause I guess that's the main reason why Nike changed the name from the Kyrie 8 to the Kyrie Infinity. So it's just like a thing of its own, and the Kyrie 8 is just really gonna be the replacement from the 7 to the 8, which I'm fine with. It's cool. So when you're looking at the Kyrie 8 and how it looks like a low cut shoe, which is cool. I don't mind. And the first thing I'm seeing when I'm looking through it is the traction. When you look at that traction, clean. Like, it looks pretty good. A lot of different traction patterns, what we're known to have in Kyrie do. Like, Kyrie's outsoles are always kind of a little crazy, have a lot of patterns, has a lot of different things on it. You see it right here on this traction. Very nice. Coming up, we're looking at that midsole. I believe he is carrying over the Air Strobel unit that was in the Kyrie Infinity. He's bringing it back into the Kyrie 8 because that does say Air Zoom Strobel right there. And the midsole does look like Cushlon. It could be injected Phylon or it could be Cushlon, but if it is Cushlon, if that Cushlon is as soft as it was in the Kyrie 4, boy, telling you. And the upper looks very lightweight. It looks like, I wouldn't want to say, it's like some thin layers. It looks like it has an underlay and the overlay, and it's like different patterns. So it could play it around with that, of course. The swoosh just wraps around to the back. You got the 813 stitched in on the medial side. You have another mini swoosh right there. You got the eyelets. This shoe is looking dope. This shoe is looking really nice, and I'm looking forward to see what colorways they do with this shoe as far as just like tweak around the colors, play around with it. And I wonder if Ben is still designing the Kyries, because I think Ben designed the Kyrie Infinity, and after Kyrie bashed that shoe, I don't know if Ben is still designing, because I know Ben is designing the KDs, because Ben took over the KDs from the KD 14, he took it over from Leo. So Leo was the designer for the KDs up until like the KD 14. That's when Ben took over. Leo Chang also designed the Kyrie 1, 2, and 3. Then 4, 5, 6, 7 was Ben, and I think the Infinity was Ben as well. So I don't know if Ben is still working on the Kyrie models, but if he is, he did a good job. And the cool thing I like about the Kyrie 8 is just that a lot of people always say all the Kyries look alike, and they take some inspiration from previous models for sure. But this one, you look at it, it doesn't really look like a Kyrie. It's like a nice low cut. I haven't seen a low cut Kyrie that looks this simple and this clean since the Kyrie 1, I would say. And this one looks really good, man. Like, I'm really interested to see what colors he has with this. And of course 11/11 is the release date, and that's how I know we back on good terms, because you know, usually you always get an 11/11 release date with Kyrie when it comes to his shoes, ever since the Kyrie, I believe it's the Kyrie 6. And I think the tacos for the Kyrie 5 came out early. I think those dropped early in October. But the Kyrie 6, we got the preheat. The Kyrie 7, we got the preheat. Kyrie Infinity, yeah, look, they just put those on Nike.com whenever. They was just like, here, take them. But now with the Kyrie 8, I'm really interested to see how this one drops, how this one plays out, and the colorways. And I'm looking forward to see if there's any collaborations. Is there going to be a sneaker room collab? Is there going to be a concepts collab? Like, what are they doing? Like, I'm really wanting to see the stories that he tells with this one. It's going to be a good year for Kyrie on the court and off the court, especially with his footwear. So let's see how this all plays out. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to the Kyrie Experience. Hopefully I touched on everything that I possibly could have. If I left anything out, please leave it down below. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And just let me know how you feel about the Kyrie Infinity, the Kyrie 8, the whole Kyrie situation. Like, are you still a fan? Like, are you still on the buy the shoe? Like, what's your thoughts? Leave it all down below, because I really want to know, because I'm still supporting my guy. I got the Kyrie shirt on right now. So thank you guys for taking the time, listening, rocking with your boy. I got another video coming up for you guys next week. But yes, peace, love, and positivity. With that said, I'm out, y'all. Later.